that cold stretch, Victoria.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. And actually, temperatures this morning, they are feeling like the mid-20s out there with a little bit of some wind. So we are noticing that right now, at least we're nice and clear. Some snow showers up near the international border. Your sunrise this morning coming in at 6:30, but it's going to be a chilly sunset at 4:19 p.m. Current temperatures, some 20s in the mountains, low to mid-30s across the coastline, but with a little bit of that wind, those feels like temperatures are coming in the upper 20s and will remain so up until the sun does rise. We'll be looking at 30s through the morning and only upper 30s as we head to the afternoon. That's your high temperature, 38 degrees in the Portland area. Here's a look at Storm Tracker. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds and a couple isolated snow showers will kind of move throughout the state, but no major impact there, just a couple flurries moving in throughout the region. Find yourself in Carroll or Coos County, maybe some of northern Oxford County. You could see some more slippery road conditions. Otherwise, just a more flurry, more wintry kind of day out there. Feeling at 38 in the Portland area, looking at though only upper 20s near Rangeley. So coming up in 10 minutes, we'll break down the rest of your Veterans Day and what you can expect, as well as what we're going to be looking like by midweek. Look at what we can expect. Mix of sun and clouds, which is some good news, but a couple isolated snow showers, the type that just brings some flurries throughout the region. Not looking at any slippery road conditions unless you find yourself in areas of northern New Hampshire. Otherwise, a chilly day, only 38 degrees in the Portland area. Take a look at the wind chill as we head throughout today. It's continuously going to feel like the upper 20s and low 30s, despite air temperatures reaching the mid-30s along the coastline. Here's a live look at satellite and radar. For the good news is that we mostly are clear, and then we'll have a couple of the clouds move in as we head throughout the day. 35 degrees at 8 a.m. and only 39 by 11 a.m. for the Portland area. So you are going to continuously just see temperatures remain on the colder side for today for your Veterans Day. 41 though in Sanford. Same thing for the mid-coast. Those are the two locations that are going to be on the warmer side, but not by much. I say warmer, but only by a couple degrees there. So we are just cold throughout the state. Looking at 39 in Windham, but only upper 20s towards Rangeley. So with a look at the 8-day forecast, no impact weather on the 8-day, but we are going to be looking at the couple snow showers as we head throughout today. So breaking down your hour by hour, you see a couple clouds moving in through the interior and towards central and northern Maine. Here's a couple snow showers moving in through New Hampshire, and then a couple of them will move towards areas of the mid-coast, the Brunswick area there, moving in towards Wiscasset and Booth Bay, and then a couple more snow showers moving in towards the mountains. An isolated one could be possible in Portland, but they're very hit or miss. Not everyone's going to see them, but if you do, kind of enjoy that feeling of some flurries in the sky. As we head towards tomorrow, going to be looking at 42 degrees, a little warmer by Thursday, 47 with a chance of showers, but temperatures remain stable and on the chilly side for the rest of the week. 30 is going to be your low in Portland tonight. We're going to be seeing some 20s towards the mountains, 24 in Sanford. Areas of York County will also be in the 20s. By tomorrow, 42 in Portland, but looking at still the mid-30s towards our mountains, 46 in Wiscasset, 48 in Rockland, and then 46 in Kittery. Good morning, guys. Yeah, you're right. It is hard to really get out of bed these types of days, especially, of course, we wake up when it's dark outside, but now you guys are also going to be waking up kind of when it's dark because our sunrise coming in just after 6:30 this morning. So taking a look at satellite and radar, we do have a couple showers moving in throughout the region, but good news is that for the most part, they're isolated, moving in right now around the Skowhegan, Augusta, and areas of the mid-coast. But as we head throughout today, you'll notice we actually have more rain in the forecast, specifically towards the afternoon. Now, as you take a look at current temperatures, 34 in the Rangeley area, 40 in areas of Lewiston, but we actually have our warm front right in area of a southern Maine, so that's why you kind of see the 50s moving in along the coastline, 43 in Kennebunk here. So with a look at total storm tracker, you see a couple more waves of rain moving in, so we are looking at that impact weather as we head throughout today. We'll get a bit of a break mid-morning, and then some heavier rain moves in towards the afternoon. With a look at high temperatures, 52 in Portland, 54 in Lewiston, but a couple 40s towards areas of our mountains. Now, with a look at the weather headlines, we are going to be talking about more of the showers today and how your Veterans Day is going to be turning colder. And then as we do head towards midweek, more stable temperatures. We'll break it all down coming up in 10 minutes, guys.
Victoria, thank you so much.
Seeing a couple more rain showers, but overall a more mild day. Temperatures actually in the low 50s, but it's going to be overcast. It's going to be gloomy. It's going to be the Monday that's
it could be easier for you to actually go to work because it's not sunny and 70, but certainly going to be a little bit harder to really just spend some time in the office today. So taking a look at live radar, you can see most of the showers are now to our north, moving in towards Topsom and Augusta. Sebago Lake area nice and clear. Areas of York County is not seeing any rain right now, but we are going to continue to see those showers move through as we head throughout the morning and the afternoon. We'll have impact weather for the entirety of the day. I'm going to add my little icons back in there. We could see a couple peaks of sun actually as we get a break in the rain by midday. So here's a look at kind of what we're seeing right now. More of the rain moving in towards the mid coast, and then we'll see about around the morning commute. Areas of Oxford County all the way down through Lewiston and Sanford will see some of that rain. Now, here's a look at some of the break by mid-morning. We're still going to be pretty heavily cloud covered, but then another round of rain comes in towards the afternoon, really tailoring towards the areas of the coastline. That's where we can expect to see some of the larger rain amounts there. We'll begin to also see some clearing as we head towards Tuesday, and then for your Veterans Day, could be some upsloping mountain showers. So with a look at the 8-day forecast, at the high temperatures, 52 degrees in Portland for today, 57 in Windham. The warmest conditions are going to be through the interior, but almost 60 degrees in Kittery, we're going to get 59 there in Wiscasset. So now with a look at the 8-day forecast today, as I mentioned, the impact weather, but we are going to be looking pretty chilly as we head towards your Veterans Day with 39 degrees for areas of our mountains. And then we are going to be seeing 40s, so temperatures remain rather stable once we do head towards midweek. And mostly dry, but a couple shower chances there. With a look at overnight lows for tonight, 26 in Freiburg. It's going to be really cold. We had a warm front move through, but now temperatures are going to begin to drop. We'll be looking at some more Arctic air, especially with temperatures in the 20s and some of us in the 30s through the overnight. Now, with a look at highs tomorrow, 39 in the Portland area, but we are going to be seeing some areas not even hitting the freezing mark there, 41 in Windham. Now,
very cold out there, Connor. I had to bring out the big jacket this morning. Didn't think I would need to, but yes, it's very cold out there. Good news is that we are nice and dry, a couple clouds moving in through the north, but otherwise we are at 29 degrees in Portland, couple 20s moving in through Freiburg, low 30s through the interior by Lewiston and Augusta and the mid coast as well. Now, no significant wind chill, but we are still feeling like the mid 20s this morning heading out the door. So as we do take a look at your sunrise, 6:35 this morning and 4:15 for your sunset, continuing to lose daylight. So you got to appreciate the sunny skies we're going to have as we head throughout today. 38 by 10 a.m., 41 by 12 p.m. It's going to be that cold sun. We're going to be looking at a high of only 44 in Portland, 41 towards areas of the mid-coast, and 30s with some upper 20s moving in towards the mountains. But we are talking about a system heading in through tonight and into tomorrow. So let's break it down your total storm tracker. You see clouds moving in after dark tonight, and then we have snow moving in along the mountains. We'll see a line of mixing and then rain along the coastline. Good news is this will all be happening while you'll be sleeping. And take a look at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. It's already going to be exiting, but if you are up north, you could be looking at a little bit of accumulation. So we'll talk more about that coming up in 10 minutes. We'll also be looking at some windier and colder weather coming into next week, Connor.
All right, about snowfall with our total trivia, because we do have some on the way for many parts of the state, right?
For areas further north, it'll actually be completely out of here basically by this time tomorrow.
Okay, good news for us.
Yeah, we might have a little bit of a wet commute, but good news along the coastline, there's only going to be some rain, so that's great. All right, but we are going to be talking about snow with the total trivia question, Connor. So last year, when did Maine, specifically Portland, see its first inch of snow?
That's a tough question. I'm going to say December 8th. That's my guess.
Did you cheat?
I didn't cheat, I swear to God.
There's actually no way you would have been able to cheat because I control this.
I wanted to say December 25th because that's Christmas.
You would have remembered that.
That's festive, but yes, I would have remembered that. It was between, I think, November 30th and December 8th, and something just told me December 8th. I don't know. There we go.
He's just a genius. Okay, I'm going to stump you on the next one, I promise.
I don't think you will. We'll have to wait and see.
Okay.
All right.
First time I actually grabbed the heavy coat from the back of the closet. Normally I like to layer up because you often don't need it by the afternoon. But I promise today we're only looking at a couple 40s, so I recommend keeping the jacket up for the majority of today. A couple clouds up north this morning, but looking at 29 in the Portland area. We're seeing 26 towards Rangeley, 33 by Augusta, but 17 in Sanford. And it feels even colder because we have a very slight wind chill out there, but overall no significant winds for your Saturday. 12-hour forecast, we are going to be pretty chilly though. By 11 a.m. only looking at 40 degrees and 42 by 1 p.m. Good news though, we'll have a bit of that cold sun with high temperatures in the mid 40s along the coastline, 41 by Wisniewski, but a couple upper 30s up north. So take a look at your total storm tracker, nice and clear to start. We'll see clouds though moving in as we head towards the evening and the overnight. And then here's a look at the snow moving in. Snow up north, mixing, going to be through the interior, and then rain along the coastline. It really just begins to move in right around 2, 3, 4 a.m. But good news, take a look at how fast this system is going to be moving out. 5 a.m. we're already looking at clearing towards areas of southern Maine, so we'll be looking at minimal accumulation and then a couple isolated snow showers to kind of be left towards the afternoon and the evening hours there. But we're going to talk more about it coming up in 10 minutes. First season snowfall for some, but not enough to see it in the Portland area, Connor.
All right, we'll check that.
Yeah,
Nice.
well, here's the good thing. You actually came from the coast, Jacob, and I actually came from Portland, but we are actually seeing a bit of snow further inland, still continuing this morning. So we're still looking at that impact weather. You're going to notice snow up north, all the way up towards the international border in our main mountains. Here's a look at that color of pink, kind of separating the two air masses. That's showing a bit of a mix that's actually moving through the region. Well, as I mentioned, the coastline, just seeing the rain. Let's zoom into radar and see exactly what's happening as of 5:01 this morning. Portland just now exiting that rain, but Poland, Waterford, Freiburg still seeing a little bit of the mix. As we zoom a little further north, Phillips, Cornville, Farmington, that Waterville area seeing a little bit more of that mix, and we'll kind of see this pattern over the next hour or two as this system continues to move out. Looking at current temperatures, where they are below freezing is where we're having the snowfall. Anyone who's kind of in that 32-degree mark is seeing a bit of a more mix. Portland Jetport at this time not reporting a temperature. It seems they may have a little issue there at the Jetport. Otherwise, we are continuing to watch the winter weather advisory, which goes until 7 a.m. and the system is going to be completely out of here. Very fast moving. So a quick look at your 12-hour forecast. We're looking at impact weather until 8 a.m. I'd say that's when most of our viewing area is going to be completely clear. And then we'll be looking at temperatures moving through the 40s, upper 40s actually 50. There you go, 50 in Kittery. I was going to see if we were going to reach a couple 50s, but Kittery is about as warm as it's going to get for today, but still the mountain state pretty chilly. We'll actually see some winds pick up on the backside of this system with a cold front moving through. But you can see by 7 a.m. today how much clearing there already is. Couple isolated snow showers as we head towards the mountains, but we'll continue to talk about this coming up in 10 minutes, Jacob. Chance for some isolated mountain snow showers, but as the system does move out, we are going to be looking at some gusty winds to kind of break out as we head throughout this evening and into tomorrow. So here's a big picture look. We're looking at snow through the mountains, the mix through the interior, kind of that Lewiston, Augusta area, and then anywhere along the coastline, anywhere through the greater Portland area and the mid-coast, we're looking at rain. So zooming on in here, Naples is already seeing their clearing, and so is Sebago Lake. And then we're still seeing where areas are colder, we are seeing the snow while the mix is kind of moving in through the capital there. And then by Freeport, we're just seeing the rain, but Portland is already clearing out. So if you find yourself kind of near that Augusta area through the mid-coast, you're still seeing some of the mix and the rain, while further north, close to that international border, Farmington, moving in through Franklin and Oxford County, and up north there, that's where you're also seeing just a little bit more of that snow, but it's completely going to move out. Give it another hour or two. So through 6 a.m., you see the impact weather. We're actually going to go through 7 a.m. I just can't put it on this graphic here because that's when the winter weather advisory goes through. So hour by hour with your storm tracker, you really see how defined our snow and our rain line is here with the mixing there in the middle. You can see by 5 a.m., which is right now, already how much this is moving out. By 6, 7 a.m., the system is very fast moving. So we're not looking at a huge impact here, but what we will be looking at is some still slippery conditions throughout the morning, and then the winds kind of behind the system beginning to pick up. So let's take a look at your high temperatures as we head throughout today. You're going to notice that if you are along the coastline, have a chance to reach 50 by Rockland.
Rockland. 40s along the coastline, and then low 40s further inland, and then we are looking at some 30s up north. That's really where we actually are seeing a bit of that accumulation moving in towards the international border, kind of that Rangeley-Carrabassett Valley area. And then as we head towards tomorrow, we'll be looking at still some more windy conditions and then just a dry, cool trend over the next couple days. So actually kind of beginning this afternoon, we'll see some of those winds picking up 20 to about 30 mile an hour gusts. We'll see them coming out of the west there and then coming out in areas of our mountains to be a little bit more in the 30 mile per hour range. So high temperatures tomorrow, we're going to be in the low 40s along the coastline, but a couple upper 30s. Rangeley does not come up above freezing for tomorrow. So for the most part, Jacob, unless you find yourself in the mountains, most of that impact is already going to be moving out. So taking a look at satellite and radar, you'll still see a bit of snow moving in through the mountains and through the international border, but we're seeing the mixing now continuing through about Augusta, but everyone else further south is looking nice and clear. Sebago Lake's already looking clear. Areas of York County, southern Oxford County, Freiburg, greater Portland area already drying out. We're still seeing a little bit of the rain moving right around the I-95 corridor, moving in through the mid-coast. Cornville, Waterville, you're still on that rain and snow line, but we are going to still see a couple slippery conditions up north, especially because current conditions and temperatures are below freezing. So there is a chance for some slight ice accumulation up to a 1/10 of an inch, and then some slick conditions, which is why we do have the winter weather advisory going until 7 a.m. for parts of our mountains and further west, Carroll and Coos County, New Hampshire, as well as kind of up north as well. So the high temperatures today, they're not going to be doing really well in the mountains. So that's where we can continue to see some slick conditions. While Portland's coming in at 46, have a chance to reach 50 near Kittery and Rockland. So kind of keep that in mind. A much more mild day. So the impacts are completely moving out. You'll see the snow already exiting by 7 a.m. and then we could see a couple isolated snow showers to follow towards the afternoon. And then we'll be looking at more windy conditions to enter next week. So we'll break that out all down coming up in 10 minutes. And then good news is that it is going to be a bit of a drier week before our next system, Jacob.
All right, great. Thank you so much for tracking